Howdy friends, and welcome back to Toy Box Nostalgia. I'm Douglas, and in this video we're going to be unboxing and reviewing and taking a very close look at the absolute brand new 2024 Mattel Turtles of Grayskull Sla'ker. It's a Gen X Sla'ker, right? I'm very excited to have this. This was a Target exclusive. This is a combination of Slash and Faker. And just the stuff like this gets me really excited. And it comes with Metal-Boto parts. I can't wait to finally build Metal-Boto. The Target exclusives are so easy for me to obtain at my local Targets, unlike that other crappy store. If you're new to Toy Box Nostalgia, you'd love to see more content like this show up into your YouTube newsfeed, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It truly helps out the channel. And thank you so much to all my subscribers. This is awesome. We're having an absolute blast, and I love opening the stuff up, and I'd love to hear more from you all. I'm starting to get more and more comments, starting to like snowball. That's really cool. The conversations I feel like are starting, and that gets me really excited. I love, just engaging with you all. If you enjoy the content of this video, or if you're just a fan of Turtles of Grayskull, or Slash, or Faker, or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or Masters of the Universe, give me a thumbs up. I'd love you so much forever for it. And please drop a comment below letting me know what you think of this crazy, very large action figure. Wait till you see how much bigger it is than the actual Turtles. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. Give me about 10 seconds to set up the lighting and everything, and I'm going to catch you after this quick break. Okay, so here he is in the package, my friends. We've seen this packaging multiple times here on the channel. It's a little bit different here for the deluxe action figures though. At the top left, we see Sla'ker right here wielding a very big shield, and there's like slime here, and he has a very large sword slash knife, almost like a massive Bowie knife in his right hand. Up here on the right, we have him with the massive shield on his back, and he's wielding two of those large Bowie knife slash swords. It says Turtles of Grayskull in ultra high gloss. Sla'ker, evil cybernetic snapping turtle. That's pretty scary. It's the reason why we don't go into lakes, right? All right, so over here on the left side says Turtles of Grayskull, and we have another drawing of Sla'ker that looks absolutely fantastic from a different angle. And then we have some piping going on here. Over on this side, we have yet another. So how many drawings of Sla'ker do we need on the packaging? Well, that's up to Mattel, and I think they're doing a fantastic job. We have this beautiful purple that blends into like this ooze green that comes down into purple and green again, and then you have your action figure behind this gigantic plastic window, and we could see Metal-Boto's head. I'm so happy to have that. That's so cool. These swords, or these knives, are huge, by the way. And this action figure is much taller, I feel like, than the regular Ninja Turtles that come with this toy line. Here we have that really cool plastic Masters of the Universe X Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sticker on the window. It says Build a Figure Metal-Boto, and it's parts 2 of 4. Very cool. Part set, I guess you could call it. Flipping over to the back, we have the OOZE pit. Now I'm going to stop calling it the slime pit, because Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was OOZE. And look, it's completely revamped. We have this massive shredder head rather than the typical dinosaur bones, and we have these massive like blades coming off of it. But we still have like the old-fashioned, almost Colosseum, Greek or Roman looking structure. And then we have the pit. And then the claw was also replaced with this crazy cybernetic claw. And this is like, all of this artwork is like absolutely beautiful, but on here on the back, it looks like it's straight from like an epic comic book. Like this is a cover of like a one-shot comic book, right? This looks amazing to me. And then we have some text here. I'm going to zoom in case you want to pause and read this. We have an action shot here. Remove chest armor for robotic reveal. Very cool. And then these are the parts that we get from Metal-Boto. So we get the legs and we get the head. Here is the barcode in case you need it. Though for me, I don't know what it's like for you all. Please let me know in the comments. The deluxe action figures for this toy line are always at my Target, unlike the other big box store. So Yeah, this is awesome. Let's go ahead and rip this open and see what comes inside. Okay, so I figured I'd show this off. While opening this up, we do get a little bit of instruction here on how to place the massive, turtle shell shield onto Sla'ker's back, and how it looks and how you can place a weapon inside of the holster. That's awesome. The packaging, the presentation, Mattel is absolutely killing it. So here is everything that you get in the package, my friends. Everything is pretty much attached to this massive bubble. This is a very large action figure. Look how much bigger like his legs are compared to Metal-Boto's. So you could tell this is very large. We'll take measurement here in a second. This is the backdrop. I think this is really cool. I love this blend of colors. Again, like the art. The artists that Mattel have are killing it. So this is not a comic book, I don't think. I think it's just a piece of cardboard. Yeah, so take a look at this. This is just a single slab of cardboard with a bunch of artwork on it that looks phenomenal to me. Like this, if this was a comic book, I would buy this immediately. I'm such a sucker for art. I don't know what it is. I have so much art in my house. Even original pieces from artists, just because it's just like my thing. But here we have Sla'ker, Evil Cybernetic Snapping Turtle, Mutagen Master Powers. And we go up here, and I'm going to pause in case you want to read this. Here are the instructions. So this is Origins. Very nice. So we can remove the head if need be. We can remove the arms of the shoulders. We can break the action figure part at the waist. We can, in fact, remove the hands and the feet. And these are removable parts so that you can swap them. Very cool diagram, just a simple piece of paper. Look at all this. This is all the stuff that came in that little box. This is crazy. This action figure is huge. Let's take a look at the details first, my friends. Look at this. Look at that mug right there, right? So he's got like this crazy bandana that does in fact move, does articulate. As we see here, we can put it in different positions depending on which way the wind is blowing. And then we have this crazy cybernetic eye right there. That looks awesome. We do have the crown right there at the top, the big scar. Kind of see like his skull almost. Like I feel like if you just put some like off-white cream colored paint in there, make it look like bones, right? Like the same color as the teeth. Speaking of teeth, look at those. That's crazy, right? It's hollow. His mouth is hollow inside there, but his jaw doesn't articulate, unfortunately. But you can see the seam right there where this was a separate piece glued on. I don't see any flaws in the paint at all. Like they killed it. As usual, right? We have these crazy large purple Beastman-like shoulder armor pieces here that look awesome. They're rubbery. And then we have this really nice rubbery kind of armor here. It's like very rigid feeling in its flat finish. The whole action figure is flat finish, except for maybe there's a little bit of gloss on the bottom of the, on the calf. I'm sorry, yeah, the calves right here, and maybe on the forearms, but everything else it's just beautiful. It's just a beautiful matte finish. I love the color palette. It reminds me of like very early 90s or mid to late 80s. Very cool. I do see a flaw in the paint right there. It looks like the pink on the belt got onto the loincloth, but that's probably super easy to fix right there. It's a little bit of a bummer, but still, this isn't like I could just grab this off of a peg. I love it. The sculpt is crazy. It kind of looks like a shark to me, almost like a great white shark rather than a snapping turtle, but I think it fits. Like, I think it's cool. Slash was always so crazy to me, and Faker was just kind of like a, I don't know, kind of deadpan fake version of He-Man, to be honest with you. But that's where the blue color comes from. Like, this is the Faker blue color, and these boots. Like, I love the purple. Like, I love the design. Like, overall, I think it's awesome. Take a look at these bracers. They look like you can remove them. Like, they're separate pieces. The belt's definitely a separate piece you should be able to remove. We'll take a look at that here in a sec. And like the attention to detail, even like in the boots, like look at those feet, those huge, massive, pointy toenails. Gruesome, gross, sewer ready, This kind of looks like a great white shark to me. I don't know what it is. Flipping over to the back, we have these pegs right here to put the shell on, like the huge shield that he comes with. This part comes off. Yeah, definitely have to remove the head. And definitely have to break the body in half too, actually. Yeah, so as we saw in the instructions, it just comes apart right at the waist. And I'm going to show you what this looks like right here because this is awesome. So on the original Faker, I believe this was like a reel-to-reel almost of some sort of recording device maybe. But here they've integrated what looks like vegan meat pepperoni pizza. Very cool, right? And as you see right there, all of those little technical details right there, making them look robotic, kind of has part of an abacus here over on the left and on the right. Maybe this is some sort of, I don't know, flashcard slot or something right there. And then we have like, these are buttons maybe, and then we have some sort of sliders right here. I'm not sure what any of that stuff does, but it looks awesome. And it's definitely printed on there. Like that's not hand painted, so it is razor sharp without flaw. Perfect. I love the sculpt of the abdomen. Like this piece right here is absolutely awesome. Let's take a closer look at the belt. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, like this part right here, like I guess their underpants, his purple underpants right here, they look like underpants that like a wrestler would wear in like the 1980s, like on WWF, right? So here's the belt. It's just one solid rubber piece. And it is 3 colors. We have the backwards S for slash, or Sla'ker, rather. And then we have, like, look at this little cross, like a Jolly Roger right there and right there. And the loincloth part is rubber, but, oh man, with like a wash on there, or a dry brush, rather, that would look awesome. This is like a beefed up version of the one that came with Beastman, I feel like. It's definitely has this type of lip right here to wrap this perfectly around the bicep, and that just looks awesome to me. That is so cool. Here is the bracer, nice rubbery bracer, and this is crazy. So take a look at his hands. He's got 3 fingers, very long, crazy looking fingernails, and just that looks like Slash's hand to me, just a weird, light blue color, the Faker color, right? So he has a peg and we have a hinge we could see that goes into the palm, just like that. So here's the armor itself. It's got a very large gash in it, probably to show off some of the robotic stuff on the inside, or, slash. It's got a bunch of slashes all over it from battling, right? And yeah, it's got the same peg system as, say, like the back of Man-at-Arms or the Ninja Turtles, where the shell should just be able to plug right into it. It's made from like a really shiny rubber. It's got like that bowling ball look to it where it's almost iridescent, but it's all the same color. It doesn't show a lot of extra colors. And to put it back on, I'm just going to flip it over his head like this and pull his bandana through. Just like that. And then down here at the bottom, just make sure this goes through. I'm going to make sure his belt is put back on. And that it is in fact centered. This action figure, I noticed, it is very hard to break this apart at the waist compared to other Origins action figures that I have. Yeah, you hear that loud snap. Even putting it together is a little bit tougher. But wow, that went on just by pressing it. The peg system right here. These are Origins pegs, so the hole is going to go down. It's like pointing down towards the pelvis. So you got to point it downwards. And yeah, so the details here are absolutely awesome. Look at that stupid face. I love it. How is that not a shark? It's like a shark snapping turtle, right? All right, so that's details. Let's go on to articulation. So crazy amount of tilt at the head. We saw this is on a ball joint, so you're going to get a lot of articulation out of it. It's going to be perfect for your needs for toy photography or just displaying with the rest of your Turtles of Grayskull, right? Down here at the arm, you can see that big hinge inside there, so it can move in and out. And it seems like it's hindered by something. Or maybe that's just it. Again, it's on a peg, so it swivels. There's no bicep cut, but you can swivel at the elbow. And there's a hinge at the elbow also. And then obviously you could swivel at the wrist, and then there's a hinge in the palm of the hand as we saw. So that's the articulation for the arms. There's no ab crunch because this is Origins, kind of, I guess Origins. Is Turtles of Grayskull technically Origins? I honestly don't know. But moving down to the waist, we do have a swivel. And then, you know, down here at the pelvis, you can see the legs, how they connect at the top of the thighs to the pelvis. There's no drop down joint right there, but that's okay. You do get a lot of, you know, a nice range of articulation. You can't really put this guy into a kicking pose per se. That kind of makes sense, you know, without him leaning really far back because there's no ab crunch. But that's okay. This is a big hulking figure. Moving down to the knee, we do swivel at the knee, thankfully, and we do have a really nice hinge that goes into the back. It's kind of a ball joint, as you see right there. It's where there's like a ball inside there. And then obviously, you know, this part comes apart as we saw in the instructions. So we can swap out different legs if we want to. And that is a Masters of the Universe Origins connection system. Moving down to the foot, we can swivel, obviously. We have a hinge with a lot of articulation right there, and we have a rocker. So, as you see right there, he can absolutely plant his feet flat on the ground if he spreads his legs for a battle position. And that is all of the articulation and details. I love this. This is perfect. Like this, the goofiness. You know, you can't take this seriously, Turtles of Grayskull, obviously, but like this, I think that Mattel, again, just knocked it out of the park. This is amazing. Let's take a look at this shell right here. This is the shell that goes onto the back of the snapping turtle and has a lot of spikes. Hard plastic. This piece right here, the belt going around, is also hard plastic. And I don't know why they put the belts across like that, because there's not... You know, he's not wearing a black belt that goes around the rest of his body, you know what I mean? So it kind of just goes around just the shell. I don't know. And maybe it does make sense because you can, in fact, use it as a shield, which I'll show you here in a sec. But this is what it looks like connected to the action figure. This is like a pound of plastic. This is so crazy how nice this is. So he also comes with these two Bowie knife / swords with these massive spikes on them. Yeah, somehow the blades are very glossy, but the rest of the weapon is not. It's like a flat finish. I don't know how they pulled that off, but this looks amazing. It's got that really cool Bowie knife look to it, like the shape and like the, you know, the little spikes sticking on the top. And, you know, this is definitely some sort of horns or teeth that he has obtained that he just kind of wrapped around the handles here. Yeah, this is a really cool looking action figure. I'm really hoping that you all think the same, because look at this. Look at the color design. Like, it's very, very goofy, right? It's because it's Ninja Turtles, but at the same time, there's so much detail and so many spikes and, you know, just so much danger to it at the same time. I love that. And then he can, you know, protect himself in the front, just like that. And these joints are very tight. This thing is kind of heavy, to be honest with you. And see, he's not dropping it. His arm isn't lowering. So, Mattel, you win. I don't know what else to say. Mattel wins. Here's the Metal-Boto head. Look at that. So cool. So this is Roboto and Metalhead put together. Wow, that took me a minute to remember his name. I've been into the Masters of the Universe for too long here on this channel, but yes, that's the mix-up of these two. This connector doesn't match any of the other connectors like this, so we can't put this head on any other action figure, unfortunately, but it does have an action feature. I don't know if you knew that or not, but see this pig right here? If you touch it, you can see the jaw moving. So that's definitely going to be an action feature with the action figure itself. And if you enjoy the content of this video, please consider hitting the subscribe button and the thumbs up button, and Metal-Boto will be your best friend. Here are the legs. Look at this design. It just reminds me kind of something from like Voltron or Power Rangers or something. Very cool looking, super futuristic, still shaped like human legs, but you could tell it's all metallic and metal. It's all flat finish. Even the gold is like, even though it's shimmering, it's still like flat finish. So this you could use with other parts. Maybe it doesn't look that strange. Actually, that looks awesome. So these are Metal-Boto's legs on Sla'ker. Yeah. So again, that's kind of a bummer that there's no hole here to use this on different action figures. But again, that's probably just because of the action feature here. All right, so I almost forgot. I want to show you how much taller Sla'ker is to a typical Ninja Turtle from the Turtles of Grayskull. Look at that. So he stands at 18 centimeters tall or 7 inches in height. So 7-inch action figure. He absolutely towers over Donatello. Well, my friends, that just about wraps up this video. I hope that you truly enjoyed the Toy Box Nostalgia unboxing and review and close look at the 2024 Mattel Turtles of Grayskull Target exclusive deluxe Sla'ker action figure. Look how much fun this is to slime. Just adding in yet another awesome color, yellow-green, on top of all of these vibrant, crazy, goofy colors that Mattel chose for this perfect action figure. It looks absolutely amazing to me, but I'd love to know what you all think, so please drop a comment below just letting me know what you think of the 2024 Mattel Turtles of Grayskull Deluxe Sla'ker. Thanks again, my friends. Remember, collect and shoot.